Well, hello and welcome to my video today. I'm at Roundham Head and we're going to have a look today at Goodrington North. We're starting here at Roundham Gardens and we'll go down the cliff walk to the Promenade and visit the facilities at the park. We got some interesting stories as well, so I hope to share those with you a bit later. So come on, let's go and have a look what Goodrington North has to offer. This is an interesting memorial garden. It's in the shape of a Spitfire. You can imagine the shadow of a Spitfire sort of passing over these gardens, and it was dedicated to peace in the memory of Flight Lieutenant Frederick Bandstand of World War II. He flew Spitfires throughout the war and saw Torbay coastline from the air just before D-Day. So he said if he survived the war he would retire here to Torbay. Well, he realised that dream, and him and his wife Peggy walked these paths and enjoyed the gardens. So perhaps join me as we walk in some of the footsteps of that ex-Spitfire pilot. Another glimpse of the Spitfire garden. Roundham Gardens, and looking down towards the both the beaches, North Sands and South Sands. Lovely view from this viewpoint, looking down on the promenade and the part of the cliff walk that goes down to the seashore. And from here you can look across to Berry Head and Brixham and part of Torbay, and then the sands of South Sands and North Sands with Goodrinton Park to the right. So we can start our walk going down one of these paths. There are several paths, a couple of paths that go down without steps, and then there's a few deviations that one can take a little mystery tour, so to speak, and you'll find some steps then. Lovely view of Goodrinton South Sands from up here at the start of this wonderful walk. Goodrinton Historic Gardens was opened in 1936, and that's when Edward VIII was on the throne. It was opened by the Honourable Robert Horne, and he was part of the Great Western Railway. A nice cabin cruiser down there. One could be in the Mediterranean on a lovely day like today. There's quite a few seats dotted around, so you can have a rest and enjoy the view. Here's some of these steps we were talking about. Oh, we've got one of these. If you can see that, southwest coast path. So we must be on the right track, mustn't we? So let's go down these steps. You've got lovely views all the way down, and lots of flowering shrubs, different times of year. And in a way this is why it's called Cliff Gardens, because you come across these cliffs in many places on the paths. Got many years of people enjoying this wonderful area of North Goodrinton and the Roundham Gardens and Cliff Park Walk. We found some more cliffs down here. They're quite rugged, aren't they? It's just nice to be able to walk around cliffs with ease, really, with these nice paths. But, some more steps now, and the view across to Goodrinton Park and the beach huts over there. Showing some of the nice recreation facilities of the park, with the ice cream shop of Devon Ice Cream and the play area, bandstand, inflatable slides, the pirate themed crazy golf, and the boating lake or lagoon, and locals called it the Maze Pool as well. A lovely spot. There's always some lovely flowers and shrubs as we walk down through Cliff Park, and you've got all these steps. As I said, there is paths without steps, but sometimes you can find some different things if you just try out some of the different paths. And you've got the beach huts and the bay. It's amazing the amount of beach huts along the coast here. Lovely view when you can sit and stare at the sea. There's seats dotted around this walk. It's just so many places to stop and stare. Here we are on Goodrington North Sands, and it's great for dogs because it's open all year for dogs on the north side. There's restrictions on South Sands between the 1st of May and the 30th of September, but the dogs have great fun running about on the North Beach, so it's great for them. And it's a great beach as well for walking along just next to the park. And we've got an ice cream shop here selling Devon ice cream and other snacks. I think we've got some murals up here on the wall. We'll go and have a look at that. And one of them sort of more direct paths that goes up to Roundham. Seize the day. The foundation of life is in the ocean. We know that when we protect our oceans, we're protecting our future. I love the sea because it teaches me. Youngs Park Road, which leads down to Goodrinton Park and the beach, some locals do call it Youngs Park because this road runs on part of the perimeter of the park. Here's one of the footpaths that lead down to Youngs Park along the side of the railway line, which skirts the border of the park. There's the train going by at Goodrington Park. and Adventure Golf. It's pirate themed, so that's quite exciting for the children. So next to the crazy golf we've got the inflatable slides, and then the boating lake with the swans and the bumper boats. The swan boats are always very popular for families on the lagoon here. The section of the lagoon is reserved for bumper boats, which is great fun. Another nice view of the bumper boats in Goodrington Park. Got the bumper boats and the swans as well. Part of the lagoon is a nature reserve, and you can see the swans and ducks and seagulls and things, so it's quite nice. In 1935 this was part of the Spanish tea garden. They used to have outside table and chairs and have a nice afternoon cream tea. Before the park was established, this was a salt marsh, and then it was reclaimed as pasture land. So probably these cows are what used to roam around here in years gone by. Here's the granite tombstone of Major Thomas Hill. He was in the 47th Regiment in the Napoleonic War. And he died in 1815, aged 49 years. It's the only gravestone left here from the Napoleonic War. The land here is consecrated ground, and up to 300 military graves are here from the hospital which was there on the right. Just wondering if these walls were part of the Admiralty Hospital there. It was closed in 1816 and now is just part of the Premier Inn group. So that's how things change over time. There's a plaque here of Goodrinton Cottage, which was owned by Missy Brown. There's a wall behind which is all that remains of that cottage, and it probably was sited around here. In fact, here is a photograph of what it did look like up until 1935, and that's about where the photograph was taken. Well, where old Missy Brown's house was, now you've got Cantina, which is a great restaurant on the seafront. So we've got the bandstand here in the park. I think that was put up in 2007. There's a plaque in the middle of the floor of the bandstand dedicated to Young's Park people. In 2007, Young's Park people acquired a £50,000 grant from the big lottery fund, enabling them to build this facility for the local community, really, for brass bands and concerts, pop groups, schools, and maybe church services. So it's a great asset to the park and the local community as well as tourists. And if you want to be part of a group like Young's Park people, then do look at the Torbay website, because you can find the Green Spaces initiative, which is voluntary groups that look after different parts of Torbay. So it's wonderful what the community can do, and this is just one example. A nice spot to just sit down and look at the lake. There's a myth about this lake, going back centuries, so the locals say, and the parents used to tell their children it was a bottomless lake and dire consequences if they went near it, to keep them safe, obviously. But then in 1667, Richard Thorne was riding his horse by the lake and fell in and drowned, so the story goes. So basically this sort of made people think it was a bottomless lake and to beware. So basically, of course, when the park was restored and the lake was developed, they were a bit good mind of this story, and what would they find when they started to dredge it out? So the story goes, they found that the lake was only 2 foot deep. So that put an end of the legend, really. Well, I've hoped you've enjoyed the walk I've shared with you, and some of the information of the recreational facilities around North Goodrinton. It's really an interesting place, and if you spend enough time here, you can sort of find all these little things out. So hope you'll join me again in the future when I do another video. Do have a look at the South Goodrinton video as well. Thanks. Bye for now, and God bless.